तेरी मेहर दा बोलना तुदी आगी अरदास हमारी गुरु गुरु वाहे गुरु गुरु रामदास गुरु आद गुरैन में जुगाद गुरैन में सत गुरैन में श्री गुरुदेव इन में आद गुरैन में जुगाद गुर ऐन में सत गुर ऐन में श्री गुरुदेव ऐन में आद गुरैन में जुगाद गुर ऐन में सतगुर ऐन में श्री गुरुदेव ऐन में. Sikh Sewaks also started kind of in conjunction with Naujawan Sabha. There was a patron saint, Sant Baba Naranjan Singh of Patiala. He recommended a simple sadhana, 5 tons Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Simple, let's do. Tan Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. 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 Ek onkar Satgur Prasad. Sri Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa. Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. By the grace of Guru Ramdas Ji, I am very grateful to be sharing this with you. Guru Ramdas can use my eye as a tool to share with you. I am grateful with Sikh Sewaks Singapore. I grew up with them. My mother brought me here at 12, 13 years old. She was involved in Istri Satsang. She said, I will do part, you play here. That was the best thing she did. This was the year late 80s, and I would run up down these 7 steps, 7 floors, and we had friends. The word Pange was done for me in the Guru's house, but I was relaxed and no one goaded, so we were carefree. Then I saw role models like Kaur, they wear bana, and then they started speaking to us in English at that time. That was the best thing. So I am very sentimental towards Sikh Sewaks Singapore. Doing nowadays youth camps is not easy, like Bahadar Bache or Camp Miri Piri or what camps they do. And I like the committee. Why? They are very naive. They are politically naive. They don't know how to handle politics. And in that way, I'm very grateful. They are innocent in that way. So it's great. This word depression is an English word. Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji talks about these states. And everyone needs to go through this path to be spiritual. Varag, or distance, or sense of separation. By the grace of Guru Ramdas Ji and my teacher that taught me, COVID times I took out 3 months to investigate this topic on depression. I did this research in the field that I teach, Kundalini Yoga. Then I researched in my way what Sri Guru Granth Sahib shares about depression. Then I researched what the personal coaches and talk about depression. Then I also researched what few religions talk about depression. Over 3 months I went through the text. I said, okay, 2.5 hours of sadhana of research. Late morning, 10 to 12:30, my son was on online school. I walked out with my wife, she said, go ahead. And then I would practice some of the meditations over that 3 months during the first lockdown. Because I heard people were going through and I heard it in my mind first, maybe as an imagination. You need to start teaching about depression in a simple way. Start. Put a simple workshop together and start. And I heard it once, then okay. I heard it twice, thrice. Once you hear it again and again, you said, yeah, Rajveer Singh, listen. It's the best thing on the planet. Because from Varag, we can merge into our spirit soul. First thing in the science of yoga or movement is when you're depressed, you don't move. That means we stay on the couch and we eat, sympathy eating. We put on weight. I did that. And then we have stress. Best thing for this term, depression, is to move. Those days, the Puratan saints and the Zen masters used to do this. Someone came and say, I have depression. I need to ask you something. That Puratan saint or Zen master will give him a broom. He'll say, sweep the floor. And the guy will, what? So the Puratan saints or the Zen say, sweep the floor. The guy, okay, start sweeping. He come back to ask the question about his depression. He say, okay, now mop the floor. Give pail with lime, the old style. This would go on and on. He'll keep postponing him in a way. Then the guy will sweat, then get involved maybe in Langan. After a while, his own questions will start to resolve. If we sit and, I'm depressed. This workshop was hard for me in the beginning. I'll say words which I don't like to say to my body. Bruce Lee was right, or Elton John. Whatever you say, the body will listen. And I don't like saying these words to myself. I detest it. But I have to do it. I'm depressed. Oh, I'm depressed. I'm depressed. Everything, it gets stuck. You have certified yourself with your own sound current. Do I have depression? Yes. Do I acknowledge it? Yes. But try not to keep saying it. Sound current is the one way of clearing depression powerfully. And that sound current, with what Guru Gurprit and all will share, is Shabad Guru. The problem is we are not meditating or even researching or feeling Shabad Guru. Because it has come easy for us. It's a cultural thing that is passed down to us. So we think, But whether you use Samala, Vahe Guru, Vahe Guru, Vah, water, He, earth, Gu, from darkness, Ru, to the light. It is the most powerful mantra or Shabad that arrived on the planet with Guru Nanak Sahib. He came and he uttered it. Vaheguru, through Guru Gobind Singh, meditated over many jugs. A lot of time took this mantra. Is Guru in the Shabad? Yes. I'll tell you how. You start chanting first. How do we chant? By grace of Guru, right? Okay. First part, the normal discussion nowadays is it's mechanical. I'm going to tell every intellectual guy and scholar guy, it starts mechanical first. But when you chant Vaheguru, you are knocking on the door of grace. Was this mantra created by you? No. This mantra came from the mouth of the Guru. So how is that mechanical chanting? Start first. Vaheguru. Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. This mantra, this Shabad comes from the Guru. So it is in Guru's hands to change you with it. But you need to start. Depression, first thing is sound pressure, sound current. What is your sound that you live in? If you are going through this depression, depression is created by the mind. Depression sometimes we create for sympathy and for attention, because we don't get attention. It's nice to stay locked. It's nice to stay in a comfort zone. I've noticed one thing about people that I've worked with in this is sometimes they don't want to come out of it because it's a nice comfort zone. The word depression is from the mind. And I'm going to say something else. Mindfulness is a gimmick. Something that is created by the mind, right? Can it be solved from the mind? If the soul is not fed, it is hungry. The solution is from your spirit, your soul, your Atma. Over time, you conquer the mind through Shabad and the grace of Guru, and then it solves this thing, this personal pain, this negativity, this depression. Am I saying that it's not real? I'm not saying that. I'm also sharing with you. When I say, let's feel depression, and I remember the sloks of Baba Sheikh Farid when someone passes. Baba Sheikh Farid described depression so pinpoint. Babaji, if I'm wrong, someone needs to tell me, said at certain time his head should have been cut off. He said life is painful. Baba Sheikh Farid said, I've wasted my seeds, the few grains I had, my breath. I will be jumping about, then we're going to do one breath and then one Shabad. I'm chanting. In my life, I had a bit of abuse when I was young, and it shattered me. I used to stammer. It just broke me. Mother took me to someone's house, and there was abuse. Mother did not know. My mom and dad are my dad is that generation. I can't talk to them about this. It's just not in our culture to talk openly about maybe sexuality or things. Only now it's coming out because everything here is under the carpet. It is in all cities. Compete and compare. And but by grace of the Guru, you can get elevated. So you cannot solve a disease of the mind from the mind. You just can't. The mind will trick you. It will lie. In an insight, it's like a monkey. You say, okay, mind, let's heal this. The mind will take you to B, C. Sometimes you think it's your intuition, but the mind deceives you. Manna. The way is from the soul and Nam Japana. The other thing is, Har Mandar is Sarira. This body is the temple of Har, of Akal. It's a sacred. We come to the Gurdwara. We need to start there. But at some time you need to start going in your inner Gurdwara. Go for the yatra, it's very important. But sometimes start taking the inner yatra. There was Kabir was at this time a bit poor at one time. A rich man came and said, Kabir, you are renowned. Kabirji. But you live in a hut kind. I've got a 10-story house. Kabir laughed. He said, me too. I've got 10-story house. And the guy said, I've got a 10-story house. Kabir said, I also got a 10-story house. He said, what do you mean? You live in a hut? He said, yeah, correct. Let's go to your house. So he went. He was compassionate. Then finally he said, I show you the 10 stories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dasam Duar. I'm sitting in my Dasam Duar on the 10th floor of my house. You're not even in the first floor. The guy said, oh my God. That's why you are Kabir and I'm me. Is there a chance out of depression? Of course. Why? Because we have grace of Guru. We have that already. The ways out of depression is sound current. Be aware of what you say. Chanting, Shabad Guru, move the body. If you can do a bit of walking, we'll get to more things. And if you are depressed, focus on another person's depression. My teacher taught me this, that is not known in the Western world. Focus on another person's depression and serve that person. Help that person get out of that person's depression in your own way. And the infinite, Akal Purak, God, Waheguru, will start solving your depression. I'm in a negative state. I'm helping someone. I have to be positive. I stretch myself. And in that, I become neutral. It's like an equation. And I fail maths. Guru Nanak said to his teacher, there are two numbers, 0 and 1. And the math teacher said, that's no. He said from 0 to Ek Ovankar and then from 1 back to 0. In there, all the numbers. Infinite. If you are depressed, start being aware of sound current, what you chant, focus on another person's depression, and help that person. Don't worry, because then you are starting to focus on another person. Because if not, you're only just focusing on yourself. If you have grief, someone that you love has passed away. My mother was like a saint. When she left, it rocked my world. And I started to recognize the grief and the sadness and started to share with people and serve in my own way. And over time, the energy of the grief started to change. There is a way out through any block. And the greatest spiritual people I've met in my life had the worst past, very shadowy. Even if you research our Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Guru Nanak touched someone. People like Cannibal Kaur. There was a prostitute, Ganka, and the saint said, okay, he knew that she's not going to sit down and chant. So they are vast. So he got her a parrot. And then he made her feel make her like a teacher a bit, okay? He told her, teach the parrot how to chant Ram. So he told her, you teach her. She said, wow. Because she was always made to feel low. She said, wow, he's telling me to teach the parrot. So she started, parrot, Ram. First not getting it. She started, Ram, Ram, Ram. After a while, the parrot. Sound current decides the state of your mind. That's why we have Shabad Guru. It's a perfect sound. I come from the world of yoga, and I will share with you, yoga means one. Ek Ovankar. Union. I'll end off here in a few minutes so that we can do something. You can start to recognize depression in your mind. Just recognize the grief. You will not be able to control it. You will not be able to change it. It takes grace. But when you start to recognize something, the energy of it changes. Recognize. Like you step back on your mind and you recognize, oh yeah, look how angry I am. You like recognize, oh yeah, I am sad. Start to recognize. मन तो ज्योत स्वरूप है, अपना मूल पहचान. Mind, you embody the light. मन तो ज्योत स्वरूप है, अपना मूल पहचान. Recognize this root of yours that you embody the light. In you, in your body, the temple is light. Our conditioning is look for God on the outside. Kyasu, go and buy. Let's go for kirtan. But it's sometimes a very kyasu mentality too. Let's go for this ragi, let's go. After a while, you have to go within you. So for overcoming depression, move the body. Don't stay like just there, like we tend to sulk. If you are healthy, you haven't had an operation or anything, Bani says, the Tibetan Buddhists say, yoga says cold showers. When you get up in the morning, 3 o'clock, okay, Singapore, the water is not cold, but I go to countries that like New Mexico. My teacher shared something to me that he said, if let's say a person is so dummified in the mind, he said you wake him up at 3, he just has to do this one thing. Cold shower hit, Vaheguru. He said that Vaheguru from the stomach will awaken the person at 3 o'clock. He said that's all. Even if that person get up every morning 3 with the minute the water hits, it's like the capillaries open up to defense. Like I'm being hit, right? And my skin gives me a reaction that I recognize, defend myself. So when the cold shower, it's like a foreign body hits the body, the capillaries, and the blood flows. And at that moment, Vaheguru. If you just do that one Vaheguru with a cold shower every day, maybe 40 days. And then you go back and sleep if you want to. Just sleep after. One Vaheguru at 3 a.m. with the cold shower. Thande pani da ishnan. Every sportsman now spends the NBA basketball, Mayweather, they have got a machine where they put ice and they sit. Everyone is doing it. You know what's amazing? Just research. Guru said it, it's now. All men are keeping beard. It covers the moon center. Women do not need it unless it's natural. And men now are keeping beards. Sportsmen. Ask them. There's a short interview, Kobe Bryant, NBA. He said, the minute I grew my beard, I started to make right decisions. Not Kobe Bryant, that famous basketballer that...
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he has a beard. He said, the minute I kept my beard not shaved, I made right decisions. Yeah. And so sportsmen are keeping it. Why do we keep long hair? Yeah. If you are depressed and your hair is loose, you will feel worse. This is what is the signs of Jura. I grab my hair, I use a kanga, I comb. Then I tilt up a bit. It pulls the energy slightly up. Then a Jura. And for a woman too, a slightly back. For men, maybe near the third eye, the soft spot. And the kanga goes there, it balances a certain energy at the third eye with the kanga just under there, wooden. You lift up, and then Guru Gobind Singh comes around, say, wear the cotton, because when you meditate, the energy builds up. Jesus Christ, there's a light. Guru Nanak, they put a light because they are radiant. The energy is all up here. Third eye, they are sitting on there. There's some dwar. Does the energy go down? Yes. Go down, back up. Go down, back up. Flow. I had started chanting, started doing yoga, started investigating all this because I was depressed as a teenager. I had abuse for me. So Guru used that to put me on the path. And I was sharing Bandhana before. Okay, my mother said she was involved in Istri Satsang. Every Wednesday, Sukhmani. She said to me the most beautiful thing. I'll go and do part, you come here and play. So she brought me. She said, you play here. She couldn't handle me at home. I played in the house of my guru. I made friends. I met inspiring people dressed like Kaval Pal who, like him, my beautiful souls, and they just were loving and relaxed with me. Because we come from a goading society. Study hard. We goad our kids till death do us apart. And these people were loving. They took out some time to listen to me. What is depressed? You want to be heard. They spent a few minutes, give me a listening ear. Was God to me, man. Nobody hears anybody now. Sorry to say, people that WhatsApp happy birthday, you can't call me. We used to call each other. It's all fake now. I can impose one story. There's stories about whatever. I can share 5 people. This is the truth. They put it on social media. 50 people will think it's true. I can insinuate a lie and make it gospel truth on social media. So, come back to the topic of depression is Guru shares about Varag. Guru Tegh Bahadur, at one point, he was a master of battles. In the battle, you have to kill when he came to the battle. He was good at it. But he didn't want it. And so for a while, he secluded himself. And then the next guru came. Then he came the 9th guru. Because he just was so sensitive. He went through, but he came as a perfect guru, Satguru. They are God, I'll tell you straight. They come with lifetimes of work and then grace, like Guru Gobind Singh, who was Rishi Dushtaman, and then came as Guru Gobind Singh. The famous story is true. Guru Tegh Bahadur meditated 26 years. But it took a woman to bring in Guru Gobind Singh. One is prayer and one is the woman's womb. Guru Tegh Bahadur's wife too was very prayerful. If now there's depression in your house, Baba Naranjan Singh of Patiala used to say, Langar Sajona. Sarjit Singh Rao says that. Sometimes me and my wife, she does a lot of this. So sometimes she doesn't cook. We order Grab food. The food comes, look at it and feel it. Chant, Vaheguru, 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 Vahejio. Look at the food, feel the food. Whoever in this house eats this, may they be elevated. You talk to the molecules of the food, serve them. The Japanese, I shared with you, sound current affects everything. The Japanese scientists had water. It's proven, but we like to fight what's good. We never doubt the bad, but we will always doubt the good. I know Bandana, she's good, but people are Bandana. It's like that. You know, what I'm trying to say is, some good man inspired me. He has 2-3 weaknesses. We will harp till the bone for the 2-3 weaknesses. But someone who's, nowadays, I'm sorry, like a gangster can be a committee member in the Gurdwara. All okay, shh, got family, money, the family money. Shh. We never doubt the bad, but we will always doubt the good. That's our disease. You know it's good, relax. No need to doubt it, question and intellectualize. You don't do it for the bad in your life. What? Guru says for the bad we run. There's a Bani. I want to womanize, I will run. But for something good, we don't halt ourselves. Let me think about this. Let me recognize what's happening. Right? It's fine. It's self-love comes by self-rejection first. You have to reject yourself to a certain point. You get frustrated. Then you can love yourself. Self-love is not direct. It's indirect. People say love yourself. How? At some point you would have had to reject yourself first. Okay? Shabad Guru. You don't need to believe it's perfection. Start chanting. So the Japanese scientist said beautiful words, beauty, love, and then they examined beautiful molecules. The Japanese scientists said vulgar words. Put anger, the molecules were ugly. Same with your food. Langar sajona at home. If you ordered Grab food, at least chant, then distribute. Those days, my mother, you see, those days our parents, little bit chanting went far, but they didn't have this. Hey, stop it lah! Son, stop it! Hey, husband, you don't listen to me. Hey, what's the YouTube? And then you make the langar. We serve poison and eat it beautifully. Tell me how you're not depressed. Langar sajona. Okay. On YouTube. Vaheguru. 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 Langar sajona. How do you prepare your food in your home? Now the depression aside, the DNA in people's homes, I'm going to tell you, is ugly. What's under the carpet, I don't even want to look and smell. We don't take time for food anymore. I have a condition where I eat and watch TV. Under my father's time, you can forget it. Eat together. My son is a gamer, but we do our best to channel his energy. But nowadays they are born with it. You can also, the more you fight it, the more you feed it. The more you say, no, the more they do it, right? Oh, lust. No, lust, cannot. The more the lust grows or no? You fight it and you feed it. You recognize it. And you channel the energy. And the channeling happens by the grace of Guru. by the grace of Shabad Guru, a mantra like Vaheguru, Shabad Guru that was meditated over jogs, which is something you will doubt. But you won't doubt, hello, hi, these words you will never doubt. They came out in the English language with just few hundred years. I'm saying don't doubt always the good. Trust it too in your life. You want to be happy? Stop criticizing others. In our community, Chuglia is killing us. The way I can destroy your family is I give you one gossip, and they'll gossip till the cows come home, and the family is destroyed, because it will happen to them after that. Why we negate others when it's all in us? It's a disease. Sound current, that's what I'm saying. So, if you are depressed and you keep saying, I'm depressed, the body will become depressed. Yes, I have challenges. I have depression, but don't keep saying it, I'm depressed. No, cannot. It won't work. There's atoms around you or no? We call it imprinting. And I'll share in Sikhi what this is. I'm depressed. We have Pavan Guru. Guru Nanak said, Pavan Guru. The air is the Guru. So you keep imprinting, I'm depressed. So the air around you has trapped that mantra. So it keep coming back to you. So it will only attract depressed people will come. The most lalu. Why you will connect the worst thing? Because you have recorded this sound. So only then will be attracted to you. You understand? Then the worst thing will come. The worst challenge will come. Getting on the flight, you will miss the flight. Getting in the car, the tire. And I've watched some people. And then I watch their lingo. They are just doing it to themselves. It got nothing to do with the Guru. Nothing. You have trapped this sound and you keep imprinting this sound current. And the atoms, Pavan Guru the Guru mirrors you or no? So the Pavan Guru is just mirroring back your words. You have said what? I'm depressed. So you are depressed. My child Param Jap is the soul of God. Those days, you are naughty lah. Then we flaunt among, my kid, he's very naughty, Won't your kid turn out naughty? Oh, Punjabis, we certify our own kids naughty with our own tongue, and then we blame the Guru or the, Asi aap kita, aap. Mother doste say, onu kehde mein kare nahi. The lady calls, telling a 5-year-old child, just say, not in. You taught your kid how to lie, then later he robs the bank. What's the problem? You imprinted this in your house, what? Didn't you do that? ZTV is not real, my movies are not real, my series that I enjoy are not real. But if that's what's on, that's what the kid picks up, what? You don't do your practice, don't expect your kid to do it. With Param Jap, I realized my son, he don't see me do the sadhana. I cannot tell him do sadhana. You have no right to tell your kid if you're not practicing. I am saying it starts with your own tongue, and that's what Guru Nanak says. But now, the Sikhs also want to take out the word japa. They want to cut all the Bani. Nothing wrong, we can debate till the cows come home, that's fine. Eko Ankar, Satnam, Karta Purk, Nirpau, Nirve, Akal, Murat, Mu Akal da, Ajuni, Saipang, Gurprasad, Jap, Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, the Pavan Guru that traps the truth. So then we actually Simran Karna ni, chanting ni Karna, a mechanical, a parrot. then cut your other words. Why don't you cut your other parrot-like words that you do? I am saying that you doubt the good, but you never doubt your bad words. The depression is self-created in the mind. Anything wrong? Is it wrong? No. Don't feel bad. Start being aware of the words. Jesse, Sangat, Tesi. So if let's say now, okay, look, now you are trapped. Your words are negative. Don't feel guilty. That's why they say go to Sangat. So in there is Bani. In the Sangat, at least in the Gurdwara, the Gyani Ji is not going to curse you or say. It's his job to say good sound. I don't care where I get good sound from. I'm going to go for good sound. You don't stop yourself from bad sounds, what? But in a good place with good sound, you criticize. But you don't criticize where you go with the bad sounds. Sound current, Shabad Guru. So if you are stuck in negative self-language, don't feel guilty. Start to investigate people that are inspiring. Because with them, you will hear good words. I had a very famous word I met to. So my first teacher, Jasmail, who taught me a few things, he said, he one day recorded my words, and he said, you keep saying, I can't make it, so you can't make it. Change it. Then I realized, oh my God, yeah. Sound current. If change your sound current, the words that come out from your mouth. If you can't spend time with inspiring people, are they there? Yes. You are going to say they are not around, but you can find out, like we find out about a Gucci bag, we'll go here, we'll find it. So spend the same time for that and find out where are inspiring 15 minutes. Kirtan, if you can't sit long, come to the Gurdwara, 10 minutes. You negotiate with the mind. Okay, I'll sit for 10 minutes, mind, then I'll walk out. But that 10 minutes off, if you need the wall, just 10 minutes, then say, okay, great, walk out. Start with 10 minutes every Sunday for a few weeks. Imagine you sitting for 10 minutes to listen to Kirtan. Do not worry whether you understand. Just allow listening. Second thing, the food that you eat at home, chant over it. If you don't believe in chanting, you want to fight me, then say good words over it. Every word is a shabad. Then at least say, oh, molecules in the food, elevate, the best of this food elevate me. Because some will start fighting. They fight over everything that's good. Then say good words. But don't negate on the food. Langar nu sajona. Guru Amar Das brought that to the planet. And people used to come from very far, tired. Times were different. And he elevated the planet by food. The Langaris used to chant. And a person a bit depressed used to come and sit and eat. And just he couldn't explain. They felt good. My time, the camps, Japo Sata Nam Vaheguru, on the food. Nowadays, we look at people's families, we see what the suit is. And then those thoughts go in the food. So, fake it and you will make it. Don't you pretend to be a bit bad sometimes? Pretend to be good. Fake the good words at least. Say Waheguru. Because it's a perfect sound. So at home, your food, start doing some job, simple, and then eat. Try it if you haven't prayed on your food. The DNA in the home. Sajona. You've got kids, half brain. There's a reason, because those days we used to go and hunt and get bread and butter. You cannot. This new equality, Me Too movement has not recognized what man is, what woman is. And Barney shares what woman is, what man is. It's not equal rights. It is equal. Treat each other equal. But in Barney says woman is the first teacher. But also, Guru Gobind Singh shares that the woman can also play. So watch your words. It's not right or wrong. And men, we don't think sometimes, right? But it's fine. I am saying that if you have conflict in your home with your marriage, try not to goad the partner. Your husband is not listening. Start with the person's food. You're bringing water to your husband. Vaheguru. 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 Take the glass and give the husband. Start with good sounds. Don't tell the husband. Don't show the husband. He got ego, you got ego. The fight starts. Parents, avoid fighting in front of your kids. If there's a lot of turmoil. The DNA in people's homes, we are getting the statistics, we are investigating. Because of the rate of things that are going, there are more suicides that are undeclared in the country too. So what's the DNA in the home? What's the root? Mantu Jot Sarup hai apna mool pachan. What's the root in the home? Recognize that. Start doing 3-4 steps. Like just over the food, pray. If you can do a cold shower, start. If you're a bit depressed, you cannot do it alone. You cannot tell a person that is depressed, do Nam Japna. Go exercise. They can't. They don't have the willpower. Go and meditate with that person. Create a buddy system. Like some buddy lah. I went to someone's house. This is about 15 years ago. Someone asked me, go see this person. I say, I'm not going alone. You need to come with me. It's a lady. Then if anything, usually the hand that helps, they'll bite that hand. So I didn't want to be in that position. So I took someone. When I went to the house, I felt there was like darkness in the house at the corner. I'm not saying anything. I'm not declaring anything. I'm not claiming anything. I'm not blaming anything. So I just asked the mom, Ethe thode karch, have you invited any spiritual person? She says, no. Ethe kade paat karaya kare? She said, no. I said, okay. Tusi thodiyan ਜਿਹੜੇ ਚੰਗੀਆਂ ਫਰੈਂਡਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਨਾ just once a month ਸੁਖਮਨੀ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਇੱਥੇ. She says, okay, I can do that. She says, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ? She says, I say, ਇੱਥੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਇਸਤਰੀ ਸਤਸੰਗ ਦਾ contact ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇ ਦੇਵਾਂਗੇ. She got the ladies to do the prayers. Straight away, she felt there was a change in the house. Straight away. And then she has hosted about 25 Sukhmanis now. Then I recommended her to get a iPod or an on Simran. Whether she do or not, don't worry. Just on it. It doesn't, and in that corner, that just put it there. Shabad Guru. It does not have to be loud, but keep playing. So she got that. And I think after I check one twice, then I don't want to and she never contacted after that. Sound current in places in your home that you feel not good. Get an iPod or your Alexa. Alexa, on Waheguru Simran. I never get it right. My son, Dad, it's Alexa. So every time, so you can get Alexa. Robots are doing your work. Soon house helpers still have robots. We are lazy now. Our grandparents used to carry the kid to the clinic 10-20 kilometers because not enough money. So now a house helper prepares your home food and takes care of your kids and you wonder what's happening. That's fine. We need help. I wish I had more help, but also monitor as parents. So, Alexa, on Waheguru Simran. Okay. On Simran in the house. Go and invest in an iPod. You want peace? Guru Arjan gave it. On SikhInside, on YouTube, there is a Satnam Singh Sethi, beautiful sound current of Sukhmani. Just on that in your house. Start being aware of 3-4 negative things you say. Start changing even 1-2 first. You can't change everything. Try to stop saying I'm depressed. Everything just happens to me. Try to stop that. If it happens, allow, but don't say it on top of that. Because that's your mantra now. What's your mantra? What's your shabad on your tongue? Okay? Let's take a break. Means not going anywhere. I'm going to ask you to stand up, sit down. We're going to do one breath. O Prani, meditate on the name of God, the holder of the prana, the breath. Har mandar e sharir, God akal blew a certain amount of breath, sa. You have a certain amount of breath in your life. Use the breath to chant. Start with, if you have never done chanting before, start with 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Start in your house. If you cannot sit, I'll give you an example. You can't sit 1 minute. Try to be mindful. Waheguru. In your house, the walls. Waheguru. You know, they say the walls have ears. The walls, people that are spiritual can walk in a hall and listen to the walls. They'll know it's born in India, chugli hoya, right? The walls will record Shabad Guru too. Why do people go to the Golden Temple? It's recorded in the vicinity of the ground and the place Shabad Guru 24/7. That's why you go. So your house also will record sounds. You can go, ete bored screaming hoya, ete bored fighting. So start, Waheguru. Waheguru. If you can't sit, 1 minute start chanting Shabad Guru. Start with 1 minute, a bit of a cold shower, and start chanting on your food. Okay? Guru Diprit, we're talking about Langar Sajona. Start chanting on your food. 5 Waheguru. And if mothers you're cooking, best way to change the fighting in the home. Check your mind a bit just before you start cooking. And then say good words and chant on the food. And it will affect the kids. Need help, reach out. reach out to here Ranjot, in Malaysia, Guru Gurprit, reach out to us. I will share with you something. We might not be able to respond straight away. We can't do it straight away. But at least I will go back and say, okay, who can we send? Istri Satsang to see, reach out lah. Reach out. Gyaniji is the wazir of the Guru. In your companies, you hire good people. But Gyaniji, we pay them peanuts. If they get a bit more money, you cannot take it. But you want them, akhanda path karo, ardas karo, bachchan de, chardi kala, 10 din akhanda path, and you have never sat 5 minutes deep. I'm not talking about full khanda path. We do pakhanda path, but the family will not sit 5 minutes deep in the 3 days. But Guru, give me a great son. Guru, the job, Singapore competition. Compete and compare the sound current of this country. Then I notice in religious programs, that boy did kirtan and go back, you hound your kid. Look at that kid did kirtan, huh? Why should he do kirtan? I wouldn't want to do that. I should love my Guru. If he can do 5 Vaheguru with love and you put it in, you just goad your kids to death. But you want them. I don't know, what's the problem? They are not, your kids are not a degree. Your kids are not a dollar sign. Your kids are a soul. Guru Gurprit talked about sovereign Khalsa. Don't you think they are a sovereign identity? Talk about Me Too movement. That kid came by a prayer. And then we fight and use emotional blackmail on the kid. You listen to your dad but not your mom. You and I do not have the right to do that. You are playing emotional blackmail on your kids. You are creating your own kids. I was sharing with them. My kid is naughty, ha 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 ha, like flaunting. Who certified your kid naughty? You, with your own sound current. So if you're busy, last technique, I've jumped around a lot and I apologize. Let's say now you're both working parents. You haven't had time to give your kid love. It's what they want. They just want to look at you sometimes, You don't have to say a thing. I see you turning your kids upside down. It hurts my heart. All you do is scold them. You've never told them you love them. What right do you and I have to bring kids on the planet? My teacher told me I'd either bring saints or heroes. If not, there are 8 billion people on the planet. They are not a dollar sign. Neither are they a degree. Neither are they there to hold your family name in Singapore. Please, please, stop scarring them. Your family name doesn't mean a thing. Nobody cares except your culture. Nobody cares. I don't care what your family name is. I don't give 2 hoots. I see your child, he has a soul. So let's be aware what we tell them. Start, instead of always scolding them, I love you. I didn't get that from my dad, but I married an American Sikh, so the lingo is very different. She saw a teacher just goading Paramjap. She broke down. There is a balance. Spoil the child and that one. But there is a balance. But these kids have been born in the yoga world, the age of Aquarius. We are born in Pi. They are Aquarian children. They are spiritual. Trust me, they are. It's just that we don't have the eyes. So, last technique on kids. You've been busy. Both of you work. When the kid sleeps, what sound current the subconscious at night will hear? If you put sound current, great. At night say, like this is what I do sometimes. Param Jap Singh Khalsa, by the grace of Guru Gobind Singh and Mata Sahib Kaur, you are the sovereign Khalsa child of Guru Gobind Singh and Mata Sahib Kaur. I do that when he has slept. I say it in his ear. Because both parents are sometimes busy. So fine. Because the sound records and then you can on Bani. If you've been busy, at least tell the kid at night, Assis Kaur Khalsa, you are a beautiful child of the Guru. You are beautiful. Say it when they sleep. They are a sovereign identity. They were born to rule the planet, but you only want them for your family name. Small thing. It's pathetic. The compete and compare here is miserable. The compete and compare scarred me. You know, talking about unlearning, I had to spend 20 years to unlearn that pain. So what if your degree, so what if your child in Singapore is not a doctor or a lawyer? Can I ask you, so what? It's a soul, you know. Maybe he was meant to heal 1 million people. All you thought of was your family name, which will die with you. So change now the lingo with the kids. It's not too late. Sometimes I get angry with my son, so I will go there. I say, Paramjap, I hit you out of anger. I look at him and I tell him that, so he recognizes that I'm coming for my soul and said, I reacted. I could have hit you a bit, but without the anger. Did Guru Gobind Singh hunt? Yes. Did he eat meat in my awareness? No. Let me share with you why. He had very specific hunts. He would go to a place and search for a bear. And they were a bit puzzled because from what I know, doesn't matter what you tell me, is that he was vegetarian. They asked him, what are you doing? He said, this bear goofed up in the past life. Guru Gobind Singh is Akal, liberator of life forms. So he said, I want to hunt him and finish. He can be born again in this couple's house. He did specific hunts to liberate the soul, not for thirst of tongue. So I can hit my son a bit if I do that, but no anger. I don't hit him hard. Paramshap, come on. So recognize these emotions. I've shared too much. I have to do one breath and one meditation. Let's have 1:25, I have to end. Any questions? Let me tell you, there's no compare here. There's no dumb question. I was the dumbest kid in school. I used to stammer. I couldn't complete a sentence. I did everything. I misused myself sexually in every way. But I have a perfect guru. And I want to talk straight to these teenagers and no more under the carpet to look good. It's destroying them. Okay? So